lung, lung, lung.
Bucket, bucket, bucket.
Ring, ring, ring. Drink, drink, drink.
One night, a few days after James had left, I had eaten my hay and was lying down in my straw fast asleep. Suddenly, I was woken up by the stable bell ringing very loud. I heard the door of John's house open, and his feet running up to the hall. He was back again in no time. He opened the stable door and came in, calling out, "Wake up, Beauty! You must go faster now than you ever have before." Almost before I could think, he had got the saddle on my back and the bridle on my head. He collected his coat and then took me at a quick walk up to the hall door. The master stood there, with a lamp in his hand. "Now, John," he said, "ride for my wife's life. There is not a moment to lose. Give this note to Dr. White. Rest your horse at the hotel and come back as soon as you can." John said, "Yes, sir," and was on my back in a minute. Away we went through the park, the village, and down the hill till we came to the toll gate. John called very loud and knocked hard at the door. The man was soon out and quickly opened the gate. "Now," said John, "keep the gate open for the doctor. Here's the money." And off he went again. There was before us a long piece of flat road by the riverside. John said to me, "Now, Beauty, do your best." And so I did. I wanted no whip, and for 2 miles I ran as fast as I could. When we came to the bridge, John pulled me up a little and patted my neck. "Well done, Beauty. Good old fellow." He would have let me go slower, but my spirit was up and I was off again as fast as before. We came through a village, then through a dark wood, then uphill, then downhill. After running 8 miles, we came to the town, through the streets and into the marketplace. Everybody was asleep. It was all quite still, except for the sound of my feet on the stones. The church clock struck 3 as we drew up at Dr. White's door. John rang the bell twice, and then knocked at the door hard and loudly. A window was thrown up, and Dr. White put his head out and said, "What do you want?" "Mrs. Gordon is very ill, sir. My master wants you to come at once. He thinks she will die if you cannot get there. Here is a note." "Wait," he said. "I will come." He shut the window and was soon at the door. "The worst of it is," he said, "that my horse has been out all day and is quite tired. My son has just been called to see a patient, and he has taken the other horse. What is to be done? Can I have your horse?" "He ran nearly all the way, and I was to give him a rest here. But I think my master would not be against it, if you think fit, sir." "All right," he said. "I will soon be ready." John stood by me and patted my neck. I was very hot. The doctor came out with his whip. "You need not take that, sir," said John. "Black Beauty will go till he drops. Take care of him if you can, sir. I do not like any harm to come to him." "Yes, I will," said the doctor, and in a moment we had left John far behind. The doctor was a heavier man than John, and not so good a rider. However, I did my very best. The man at the toll gate had it open. When we came to the hill, the doctor stopped me. "Now, my good fellow," he said, "take some breath." I was glad, for I had almost used up my energy, and that breathing helped me on. Soon we reached my master's property. Joe was at the gate of the small house at the entrance, and my master was at the hall door, for he had heard us coming. He spoke not a word. The doctor went into the house with him, and Joe led me to the stable. My legs shook under me, and I could only stand and breathe heavily. I had not a dry hair on my body. The sweat ran down my legs, and I was hot all over, hot like a pot on the fire. Poor Joe. He was young and small, and as yet he knew very little. His father, who would have helped him, had been sent to the next village, but I am sure he did the very best he knew. He rubbed my legs and my chest, but he did not put my warm cloth on me. He thought I was so hot that I should not like it. Then he gave me a bucket of water to drink. It was cold and very good, and I drank it all. Then he gave me some hay and some corn, and thinking he had done right, he went away. Soon I began to shake and turn deadly cold. My legs ached, my lower back ached, my chest ached, and I ached all over. Oh, how I wished for my warm, thick cloth as I stood and shook. I wished for John, but he had 8 miles to walk. So I lay down in my straw and tried to go to sleep. After a long while, I heard John at the door. I gave a low cry, for I was in great pain. He was at my side in a moment, bending down by me. I could not tell him how I felt, but he seemed to know it all. He covered me up with 2 or 3 warm cloths, and then ran to the house for some hot water. He made me some warm oat soup, and then I went to sleep. John seemed to be very angry. I heard him say to himself over and over again, "Stupid boy, stupid boy. No cloth put on, and I dare say the water was cold too. Boys are no good." But Joe was a good boy after all. I was now very ill. My lungs were inflamed, and I could not draw my breath without pain. John took care of me night and day. He would get up 2 or 3 times in the night to come to me. My master, too, often came to see me. "My poor Beauty," he said one day. "My good horse, you saved my wife's life, Beauty. Yes, you saved her life." I was very glad to hear that, for it seemed the doctor had said if we had been a little longer, it would have been too late. John told my master he never saw a horse go so fast in his life, and that it seemed as if the horse knew what the matter was. Of course I did, though John did not know that. At least I knew that John and I must go at top speed to save our master's wife.
如果你喜欢我的视频，请帮我点赞、订阅加转发。希望这样的英语学习资料能够帮助到更多的人。您的支持就是我最大的动力，非常感谢。